1990s, Tony Bryant, who turned 63 years in 1993, was becoming concerned about the long-term issue of management succession. He decided to give his executive vice president a shot at running the company, and Bill Hoy duly took over management of day-to-day operations on January 1st, 1993, while Tony Bryant became chairman of the board. Bill Hoy ran the company for the next 3 years, and then his executive VP, Don Lucas, took over and ran Century Fence for another 5. Additionally, in 1992, a fence company in Racine was acquired by Century Fence, and in 1998, a striping company in Madison was merged into the company, continuing Century Fence's expansion. And on January 1st, 2001, John Connell, who was executive vice president to Don Lucas, just as Don Lucas had been executive VP to Bill Hoy, became the company's new president. Century Fence was certainly dancing right along with the heady times of the era. But then the events of September 11th, 2001 would profoundly change America, just as Pearl Harbor and the sinking of the Lusitania had done to generations before. 9/11 was to have an immense impact on the chain-link fence business in the future, as security has become such a huge concern all over the country due to the vulnerability of airports, water supplies, and electric plants, just to name a few. Century Fence was there to respond to the challenge. In late 2002, Century Fence's former subcontractors, now competitors, Mike Grabowski and Keith Kobus, approached President John Connell and Chairman Tony Bryant about the possibility of acquiring their company, Fortress Fence Company, out of Green Bay, so that they would have more time for their families. This acquisition was finalized in early 2003 and continued the growth of the company throughout the region. Indeed, in 2005, having outgrown its existing plant near Kreitzfield in Pewaukee, a search for a larger piece of property was begun, the result being the acquisition of the perfect new site for Century Fence in the village of Pewaukee that same year. For the next 5 years, this property was developed, and Century Fence's new corporate offices were opened in 2010. Century Fence had expanded and grown, but it always came back to Waukesha County.
There's a ship out on the ocean at the mercy of the sea. It's been tossed about, lost and broken, wandering aimlessly. Somehow you know that ship is me, 'cause there's a lighthouse in the harbor, shining faithfully, pouring its light out across the water. That someone out there still believes in me, on a prayer, in a song. I hear your voice and it keeps me hanging on. Oh, raining down against the wind. I'm reaching out till we reach the circle's end, and you come back to me again. There's a moment we all come to in our own time, in our own space. We're all that we've done, we can undo if our heart's in the right place. On a prayer, in a song, I hear your voice and it keeps me hanging on. Oh, raining down against the wind. I'm reaching out till we reach the circle's end, when you come back to me again. And again I see my yesterdays in front of me, unfolding like a mystery. You're changing all that is and used to be. On a prayer, in a song, I hear your voice and it keeps me hanging on. Oh, raining down, yes, the wind. I'm reaching out till we reach the circle's end.
Today, Century Fence is an American company with $50 million a year in sales. And Henry Bryant's uniquely American dream has become a reality. Through hard work, mutual loyalty between the Bryant family and their employees and subcontractors, devotion to the community, the ever-diversifying company product, and the company's acute ability to follow trends in the marketplace and the world. And who knows, maybe someday, the universe. Here's to another century of prosperity and success.